Let's talk about protein timing. Can it ever truly help with your gains? Well, in one scenario, a scenario that actually happens quite often, it seems like yes, it can. Let's talk about it. In its most basic definition, protein timing is just getting some protein around the time of your training. Now, it can also extend more broadly to any timing strategy, like getting more protein before bed, in the morning, and so on. But for this video, we're talking about the most popular strategy of getting protein within an hour after your training. And really, that's all there is to it. Protein timing is quite an easy muscle building strategy. The only problem, however, is that, much like me claiming to deadlift 3 times my body weight, there's not a lot of evidence to support it. The scientific literature, in fact, seems to be quite adamant in pointing out that protein timing and the overarching concept of an anabolic window are not fully disproven, but the benefits are severely exaggerated. In 2 meta-analyses conducted in 2013 and 2020, after analyzing over 60 studies on the matter, the consensus is that protein timing is just not worth your time. Instead, if you really care about maximizing your gains with protein, then what you ought to focus on is making sure you get enough total protein every single day. As to why protein timing doesn't seem to work, in short, our bodies are pretty damn smart. Just because there might be times when certain chemicals and mechanisms are more primed for certain functions, like muscle growth after training, the body is fascinatingly effective at using the nutrients it's given, no matter the time it's given. In other words, as long as you give your body what it needs, it doesn't really matter when that happens. So if that's the case, then how is it possible that protein timing can ever actually be useful? Well, of course, sometimes giving your body what it needs is easier said than done. And when it comes to protein, where recommendations for maximizing gains set around 1.6 grams of protein per kilogram of body weight per day, a lot of people are going to struggle to get enough. And if that's the case, protein timing then has a little bit of hope of making a difference. Let's take a closer look at the 2013 meta-analysis. In the overall data, the researchers actually found that protein timing did have a small but statistically significant impact on muscle growth. It's not only until the data was adjusted for total protein did protein timing no longer have a significant effect. However, if we look at the actual plotting of the findings, although not statistically significant, it does seem to trend in favor of protein timing, although we cannot rule out sampling errors. But on top of that, the researchers did conclude that there is a possibility that protein timing can produce positive effects due to a lack of finding causality in the data. With that, we are presented with a small opportunity where if you are getting a less than ideal amount of protein, then getting some of what you can after your workout might be of use. And the good thing is that the research shows that the window of time for post-workout protein does seem to be quite large, lasting closer to 4 hours. So you got a lot of time to get your protein. But keep in mind, again, we are working with a bit of loose statistics. There's no guarantee that protein timing, even with suboptimal protein intakes, will produce greater benefits. But at the very least, it wouldn't hurt trying it out, and if it actually encourages you to get more protein, then that alone would make it worth it. Again, what matters most in the end is that you are getting more protein. Now, I'm sure there are some of you that truly believe that protein timing does in fact make a difference, and even a huge difference. If that's you, then keep an eye out for a future video of mine, which will explain precisely why I believe it's about time we close the window on protein timing once and for all. If you enjoyed this video, then please give it a timely thumbs up and share it with your protein-loving friends. Subscribe for more and let me know what you think in the comments. As always, thank you for watching, and don't forget to get your protein.